I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, a true story of Tiny Tim. It is a wonderful book written by Beverlee McGrath. She unfolds the heartwarming tale of an extraordinary bunny whose spirit triumphs over physical challenges. Through Tim's delightful interactions and unwavering kindness, the author paints a vivid picture of resilience, friendship, and the boundless love animals offer, reminding us that everyone, regardless of their abilities, can make a profound impact. We are delighted to have this very talented author join us today on Spotlight. We thank the team at Atticus Publishing for helping us put her in the spotlight today. And we ask viewers like you to support writers like her by subscribing to our channel. Beverlee, so good to see you today. Thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you for doing this, Logan.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Loved the book. Tell the folks at home the big picture. What is A True Story of Tiny Tim all about?
Well, it's a story about a little crippled rabbit that made friends with all the animals he came in contact with, and he brought joy to everyone. And he had human emotions. He was born crippled. I went out in the rabbit village and saw something that wasn't quite right. There were 32 rabbits, so it was hard to distinguish who was who. And I came back the next day, and then I saw one of the other rabbits pushing this little rabbit, and I became very nervous. I didn't know what was going on. As it turned out, the one rabbit was pushing Tiny Tim to the food bowl and teaching him how to eat. And he was crippled. He never could use his back legs. So he and Tunnel, his brother, came in the house and lived in the house forever.
Amazing, amazing. That's such a sweet story. Now, were you raising these bunnies on your property or something at the time?
Yes, I actually have a farm sanctuary here. I think it's almost 50 animals now. Alpacas, pigs, every breed of goat, every species of goat. And the Belgian draft horses are behind me. I don't know if you can see them.
I can see them, the beautiful horses behind you, absolutely. And beautiful sky, beautiful land behind you. So it must be a lot of great inspiration for writing. When did you decide you would take the story of Tiny Tim and put it down on paper?
I decided, well, I have tours here for school kids, and I noticed that so many of the kids would not mingle with their group. They would stand off to the side, and then they would gravitate toward any of the animals that had a physical deformity or an emotional special need. And that's what alerted me to the fact that there's a definite connection between young kids and animals. And when I saw how much of an impact
planes.
Well, it's a great lesson for children also to learn that even though they have different abilities, doesn't mean they can't be loved, doesn't mean they can't be a productive part of society. So I think there are larger lessons here in the story of Tiny Tim, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I understand Tiny Tim had a friend named Cooper, the cat. Tell us a little bit about that relationship.
That was so funny how that came about. Well, Tiny Tim had to have a bath every morning, and he would sit in a large bowl in the kitchen sink in warm water, and I would bathe his behind and bathe him generally. And Cooper would sit up on the sink, bending with his face over and watching Tiny Tim. Just really paid a lot of attention to this bath procedure. And when I would dry Tiny Tim and put him back on the kitchen counter where he lived forever and ever, then Cooper would kind of hit him a little bit. It's like they were playing, and Tiny Tim would tease Cooper. And then after a few minutes, Tiny Tim would cuddle up to Cooper, and they'd both take a short nap. And I have pictures of all this in the book.
Yep, they're wonderful.
They're not Photoshop or in any way enhanced. They're actual, true pictures.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're wonderful pictures, and that helps bring the book to life. Your writing is wonderful as well. And Tiny Tim had a good relationship with his brother Tunnel as well. Tell us about that.
Well, as I said previously, Tunnel was the one that actually taught him how to eat and would make him walk as best he could. Tiny Tim he couldn't hop, he couldn't walk, but he could scurry on his knees, and that's what he did. And Tunnel taught him how to get around like that. So there was an incredible bond there between the brother and Tiny Tim. I still have one of the sisters and one of the cousins, I think. Yeah.
That's wonderful. Now, you are a big advocate of animal rights, and you actually operate an animal rescue facility, I'm told. Is that correct? Tell us about that.
That's right. I take in animals that need constant medication, or animals that have a deformity. For instance, the Ventura County Humane Society gave me the 2 miniature horses that had health issues. One was covered with lice and very thin, and the other one couldn't walk properly. So we've been working with both of them. They also gave me some of the other animals. Ventura County Animal Services gave me the pigs that were burned in the Thomas fire, and some of the other animals. One animal in particular is a potbelly pig that must weigh like 1,000 pounds. He's gigantic. Of course, pigs are a descendant of the hippopotamus, but they told me that this pig would never get any bigger than this cute little cuddly pig that they
Exactly. 800 pounds later, he's bigger than that cute, cuddly little pig. I think a lot of people have been told that story. I think a lot of people adopt Vietnamese pot-bellied pigs. They think they're going to be tiny pigs their whole lives, and then they're, that big. But pigs are very lovable, very smart animals, right?
They are. A lot of people say that they're smarter than dogs. And all of the animals here have a distinct personality and a special trait. For instance, alpacas die of loneliness, and a lot of people aren't aware of that. Yeah. And I think that most people now realize that that rabbits will die of fear before they're even mauled, which is a good thing. God gave them a protective device there. So
absolutely. What was it like? What was it like for you writing this book?
I'm sorry?
What was it like writing the book? What was it like writing the book?
Well, I'm not a writer, and I didn't quite know how to present it to the public. I just wanted people to be aware that animals have special needs too, and somehow the two gravitate toward one another. If a child that has an emotional or a physical special need would hold one of the special need animals or come up and pet it, that animal responded in a very unusual way. So I realized, without knowing that's what I was doing, I realized that the animals respond to the children and the children respond to the animals, and there's a definite connection. So I decided to write about it.
Well, we're glad you did. Absolutely glad you did. It's a wonderful book. It shows the connection between animal and animal, human and animal, and the similarities amongst us all, from having special needs to the need for love. It's a wonderful book. It's called A True Story of Tiny Tim. It is written by Beverlee McGrath. And Beverlee, before we leave you today, anything you'd like to tell the folks at home?
I wanted to show you the Belgian draft horses.
Oh, come on. Let's see them. Let's see them. You want to walk closer? Now, these horses are beautiful. Are these rescues also?
Yes, they are. Everything here is a rescue, even the dog. Now, these horses are the strongest horses in America, and they're the largest horses in America. So I wanted to point that out. These two guys now weigh between 1,800 and 2,000 pounds. But when they first came, the veterinarian said these horses have been overworked and underfed their entire life. They're in their early 20s now, and they're underweight by 500 pounds. So I had to give them a lot of extra food to get them to the state that you're seeing them in now.
Well, they look beautiful. They look healthy. They've got beautiful coats. They've got beautiful manes. They look like they're well fitted in their shoes. They look like very happy, healthy horses. So their golden years are going very, very well for them. There you go. And you're giving them a
That's
little
what
snack.
they're known for, being very gentle.
Yeah, they are beautiful. I love their haircuts. I think I'm going to get my haircut like that. They're beautiful. You must be very proud of them.
I am,
Yeah.
and I'm very happy that they're doing so well here.
Yep. They're majestic animals for sure. And we're glad you took the time to talk to us today. We're glad you took the time to show us those animals. And we'd love to come by one day with our cameras in person and meet you and take a look at your beautiful farm. How would that sound?
Thank you, Logan. Thank you.
Looking forward to that. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time on Spotlight. And don't forget to pick up a copy of A True Story of Tiny Tim by Beverlee McGrath. It is wonderful. See you guys.
Bye-bye.